Music sets the tone for a video game and establishes to the player what the video game is in a form of auditory perception. The ability to convey emotions is essential for a game's soundtrack to flourish and keep players listening to it for many hours after they've finished playing the game itself. Through a repetition of the songs playing over and over, the player starts to form a connection with that of the game's music, and in turn, a connection that, when heard, illustrates the emotions and memories of that very game. Does that sound any bit familiar? Because if it does, it's very well to assume that you clicked on this video because of your own enjoyment playing Minecraft and how nostalgic and special the music is to our lives. It's indescribable to imagine that an entire generation has already grown up playing this game, listening to its tunes, and upon listening to the volume alpha and beta soundtrack, we are suddenly transported back to when we were younger, playing the game for hours on end, all the funny memories, friendships, and video we used to watch. The music in Minecraft is iconic, it's special, and is very much evolving as we speak. C418 hasn't composed a song for Minecraft for almost an entire decade now, and with frequent updates, changes to biomes, and changes in generation, new music has to be created for these new settings and experiences for players to enjoy. Which all started when a new music disc was added into the game for the very first time since 2013. In 2020, Pigstep was composed by none other than Lena Raine. You might know her from her resounding success from her work on Celeste, a 2D platformer that's all about momentum with a constant trial and error to reach the end of a level. Celeste tells a story about one's struggles with mental health, and in a both metaphorical and literal sense in the game, climbing one's mountain in order to get rid of such thoughts and emotions. Celeste has many songs to invoke such emotions of the main character like sorrow, panic, loneliness, and desperation, which in comparison to the gameplay would be the player's inability to pass a certain area in the level. It's repetitive, frustrating, and at one point, you may think I'm just gonna turn off the game and give up. However, as I said, Celeste is a game that rewards the player for not giving up, allows one to learn and master it. Therefore, you always feel a sense of progression in each failure. Each time you fail a jump, you learn how to succeed the next time. Time and time again this happens, but then, that one time, it just works. Celeste rewards the player for their hardships, and all of the emotions you just felt in tandem with what I just said and the music that plays along with it is the core of what makes Celeste gameplay and music work so beautifully. The soundtrack of Celeste is phenomenal in not only how it sounds, but also how the identity of the game can be represented with just a song from the game, ultimately making the song feel more nostalgic as more years go by. One of the more recent titles she worked on, called Moonglow Bay, it's kind of hard to say honestly, has really captured my attention. The game again tackles the topic of mental health, and you are pushed by your sibling to go out into the world and to simply fish. There's a massive map for the player to go and explore, catch all types of fish, venture to new regions, cook, upgrade your boat, and so much more. The music conveys a sense of adventure, thrill, and joy of being in your new relaxing environment. The reeling in a fish song is the most enchanting to myself, and it's kind of funny that that's even the one that is, because when you're reeling in a fish in real life, you don't expect such beautiful music to play. The first is that of when you're reeling in a tiny fish. Then the medium fish. And then finally the big fish. Adding more flair to the same song by making them more bombastic and hectic with more instruments is the right kind of thing to do for a player to stop sitting back and relaxing on the open sea and to sit up at a 90-degree angle to play the game. You want your audience to be more engaged in a game like Moonglow when it needs you to be, and when to just take it slow and do some side quests. Now I know what you're thinking, but Slime, how does a game like Celeste and Moonglow play into the evolution of Minecraft's music? And to you, I will tell you that everything I just mentioned about Celeste and Moonglow Bay are the exact same themes, tones, and emotions that are provoked when you play Minecraft. since the same person who created those masterpieces is now at the forefront of Minecraft's musical development. It's someone who understands how to write music with so much meaning behind it. Minecraft lends a lot of its identity to the work C418 did in composing the music for the game. His works on music such as Sweden, Mice on Venus, Dry Hands, and Subwoofer Lullaby are iconic and define the game as a whole. It sets your creativity free in an open sandbox with calm yet random music in the game. Whether you're creating grand structures in creative mode, building a hut in survival, exploring the vast terrains, or playing mini games with friends on servers, there has to be set music in Minecraft that can work for all instances the player might find themselves while playing the game. C418's work on Minecraft not only established the game's sound and music to its identity, but it also encaptures what Minecraft is supposed to sound like, and in turn rely on future composers to recognize his work, in which subsequent artists respect the music of Minecraft and use the knowledge and base to build off of its sound. Minecraft's music is unique and it derives from C418's work, and in similar fashion, Star Wars music is also unique and it derives from John Williams' scores in Episode 4, A New Hope, in which during the behind the scenes for the show, The Mandalorian, the creator and executive producers Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni constantly reiterate and stress the importance of respecting the world and stories that George Lucas created, yet evolving the franchise with new stories to build upon the universe of Star Wars itself, and revitalize people's interest to it after the blunder of the sequels. And you wouldn't believe it years ago, but The Mandalorian is one of the best forms of Star Wars media. Even the score of The Mandalorian, composed by Ludwig Göransson, is phenomenal in how well it sets the tone for a Star Wars Western about a lone samurai gunslinger bounty hunter tasked with keeping a child out of harm's way on his own merits due to their growing attachment with each other throughout each episode. Ludwig managed to capture such emotion by remembering what it was like to be a child and to watch Star Wars. He personally wanted to recreate the feeling of a non-digital age, go for pure instruments, and to sit in silence in a meditating way in order to find the feeling. It's whimsical and out of this world as to how many things The Mandalorian gets right. Again, in relation to Minecraft, Lena Raine is the successor to C418, in which she has to respect the sentiment and sound of his work for the game, yet evolve it as the game does through continuous updates. For instance, with the case of 1.16, the Nether update, it was massive in terms of adding new biomes, structures, mobs, and a new tier of tools, that being netherite. But even more importantly, the addition of new music to Minecraft for the first time since 1.13, where C418's version of the Nether sounded more dark, grimacing, and frightful. Lena Raine's composition takes those same tones, yet spins it to be more whimsical, lighthearted, and groovier beats to explore the depths of the Nether. The reason for this is not only the artistic vision and consistency Lena Raine is known for, but for the sake that the Nether is given even more life in this update, with the addition of the basalt deltas, crimson forests, soul sand valleys, which I guess wouldn't be more life, but you get the gist, and warp forests. To counter the constant dark sounds in the Nether, some of these places like the forests are more lively and need to juxtapose the instances in which the players is hearing all these dark tones in the soul sand valleys or the simplified Nether wastes. As a result, they blend in seemingly well with the current music of Minecraft and the new updates, which brings the game more to life and riddled with more to do and explore in the game. Again, the Caves and Cliffs update came out with songs primarily produced by Lena Raine, and to fit the theme of all the additions of large cliffs, massive caves, aquifers, geodes, mobs, and new cave biomes. Her songs masterfully captivates 1.17 and 1.18's massive additions with phenomenal success. It's the main reason why I even decided to make this video to begin with. I had decided to play Minecraft on my Switch just for the sake of doing something different, not playing on my computer and choosing to play on a console for once. And this was my first time exploring the Caves and Cliffs update. The new terrain and caves left me in awe. I felt a sense of exploration I had not in Minecraft in many years. To complement this feeling, songs from the OST played, and I was left with a sense of nostalgia and wonder as I explored this large cave. To give you an example of what I heard and how I felt, here's some of the captures I got from my experience in this moment. With music discs like Other Side and Pigstep becoming my absolute favorite discs, I am only more and more excited to see the direction Minecraft's OST takes as the game evolves over the coming years. We already got a taste of what's to come for the Wild update this year, to go hand in hand with the new expansive swamps in addition to the Deep Dark. Even though they are stark opposites in terms of themes and tones, the music made for each of them perfectly capture Minecraft's sound, and that's what's important. Living up to high expectations is nearly impossible, but I personally think Lena Raine did so, and rather than be upset at Minecraft's music no longer being produced by C418, think of it in terms of this Reddit post from 7 months ago from the user Ross, and then you can pronounce the rest for yourself. You have to thank Mojang for hiring Lena and Kumi. Without them, we wouldn't be getting new music at all, since there is radio silence from Daniel, and Caves and Cliffs and the Nether update would just be the same old. The music freshens up the experience, especially since it's accompanied by the incredible new terrain generator for 1.18. You might not think the music fits Minecraft, but is Minecraft really the same anymore? With that question in mind, I thank you tons for watching the video, and please stay for the outro as I have just a bit to say regarding the future of this channel and some closing notes. Hey guys, as regarding what I said at the end of the video, I just wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys. This is probably one of the first times I've said anything in a scripted video like this that is actually not scripted, other than, you know, like the Aether video and such, which I'll get to that if you do care for that. First off, I just wanted to say that, yes, I am pretty bad at constantly uploading, which I've kind of tried to a lot, but the main problem with that has been the fact that the ideas and motivation to get for these types of videos come with time. It's not something that I like to force. It's something that I really want to be passionate about, such as videos like this where I talk about music, and it's because I listen to music all the time. I love video game music, and I like to correlate it to these kinds of things. And the same thing really came for like the speedrunning video, because I was speedrunning every day. And I was like, you know what? I kind of want to make this video. And this whole channel came from me wanting to connect with people about Smash Brothers topics and get into the scene of like all those leaks and stuff that were coming out at the time. So if I don't consistently upload and stuff, it's because I want content to be out that I truly care about and that I'm passionate about, rather than try to just get videos out just to get videos out for the sake of channel branding and growing your channel and stuff. Of course, I want to grow my channel, and that's, I think, anyone's goal in any of this. For myself, I particularly feel like I don't even know exactly what I want to do with this channel. For instance, this video, I think I wrote the script for about a month ago, maybe almost a month and a half at this point. And that's why there's a part in the script where I say that, oh yeah, the Wild update is going to come out later. And lo and behold, the Wild update is actually out today. As I'm finishing this video, I'm probably going to post it today or the next day. Kind of just wanted to go ahead and rant about my thoughts and such about videos, and because I am feeling the way that I am in terms of videos, I'm probably just going to edit the third part of the Aether video, just because even if it didn't do as well as I wanted it to do, I'm still going to go ahead and finish that part 3 off because I really enjoyed making them, and I'm just going to do what makes me happy. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it tons, and I hope you guys had a good day. And if it's already over, I wish you guys the best on your next day. I know you got this. I'll see you guys next time.